So I just recorded something else a second ago, and while I have everything set up, I suppose it might be a good time to talk about my commander decks, since people were asking. So let's pull out some stuff here, give you all an idea of what we're working with, make a nice thumbnail. Perspective, this is recorded 1 week after Otaku. Word up. So we got deck 1, deck 2, deck 3 here. I think I have 5 decks on my own. 5. It might be 6. Or we'll see. This is deck number 3. And I suppose I've been playing for about 4 years, and I learned how to play Commander by playing on a website called untap.in, and that was how I learned to play Modern. But as a little escape, because people don't play Modern on Untap very often, I would play Commander, since on Untap you can just sim any deck, any cards you want, and play with people for free. I was like, okay, sure, I'll try Commander, even though it was seen like as a little bit haram from my friends and stuff like that. Here we go. This is the mono red Ragavan deck here. And let me get let me see what else I can find. Oh, I'm gonna show yours off? Yeah. You did? Alright, we'll show off Razzo's too. So this one is full color artifacts, and I think this is the first commander deck that I ever built was Brea, and then I broke it down because it was a little too strong. But now I've rebuilt it since I have some stronger players to fool around with, and I have it here. There's one more deck I have built. I can't quite remember where it is. Alright, here's, I guess in order of hierarchy, the decks that I built go in this order here. This, and then we put this one here. And the Gura sleeves, these sleeves do not shuffle very well at all. They need to be triple sleeved because they have an inner, and then they have the anime sleeve, which is the second one, and then there is the there's like a cartoon sleeve holder that is supposed to protect the sleeve on top of the card. Alright, so this is Esper Tokens Marneus Calgar. Okay, get that right there. Mono red right here. Okay. Brea right here. Boom, boom. I didn't realize I built so many, but it's okay. Get this token. It goes over here. Did you know that Fairy Rogue used to be like a $5, $10 token? This one here on the right is a deck that I built it while I was hanging out with Razzo, and we did a lot of war drafts. This is a 4-color Atraxa prayer. What's the Atraxa? The Atraxa that gets 7 cards, something, 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 blah, blah, blah. This is supposed to be like an Atraxa big spells deck, or it's supposed to be like Praetors and Legendaries only, but I found, I don't know, the deck didn't play like that appealingly. Like it was just it like had no unifying gameplay concept, so that didn't feel very good. And where is the Atraxa? Oh, Granny Unifier. Okay, here she is. Yeah, this is a Granny Unifier deck. 4-color mana base, so on and so forth. And you might be wondering, how does this guy have Tropical Island 30th edition? Well, and this is not double sleep because I got lazy. These are all proxies. A lot of these are proxies. If you are a commander player, don't even waste your time with MTG finance. Okay, like you have so many better things to spend your money on. Like, dude, you could have an Underground Sea in your commander deck, or you could go to a tournament with that money. Literally one piece of cardboard or a tournament. Like, pick one. You know, let's be smart about it. Okay. I'm certain there's a way to turn this into an appealing, fun deck. Just like ramping into big spells. Like, I want to play like Realm Breaker, right? But a lot of the Praetors don't really have a great theme synced up together. And I don't know. I put it aside. It's still built, but this one did not prove to be very fun. And I mean, that's not true. It is fun, but I'm too afraid of taking this one to certain tables and then people get all afraid of Atraxa and Praetors and all of that. But I just want to play some big creatures, you know? So let's put this one away. Weird that this is the most recent deck. This is like the second most recent deck that I built, and it is the one that I have played the least. So let us go to the next deck, and the next deck is going to be, or the first deck, and the one that I have played the most is this Grixis deck here. Let's talk about this one. So actually, the point commander on this deck is supposed to be Kess. Kess of the... Oh, did I start stream by accident? Let's do that. Oops. So this deck was supposed to be... This is supposed to be Kess on point, and I played Kess on point for years, but she had proven to be very strong, and I found that it was more fun to even the odds by having something more splashy on point. This is a Grixis reanimator deck. Grixis reanimator. We got Animate Dead, Cathartic Reunion, big creatures, looting effects, really big creatures, sneak attack, right? A lot of looting, a lot of getting stuff into the graveyard, a little control, Exhume, like, you know where we're going, Living Death, like, this is it, Stitched Together, Lord's Hand, like, this is the big boy deck. When we're playing with the big boys, this is what we do, right? Necromancy, love Necromancy, look at that, beautiful. And also, these are my favorite lands, by the way. The Zendikar Expeditions. Like, when I first started playing, my friend, one of my best friends in the world, Ryan Hunter, had a bunch of these, and I coveted the art deeply. It was so beautiful. But these are proxies. Masterpiece Soul Ring, and there ain't no big deal. Look, it's a proxy, $2.50. But would it be so weird if I had one? I mean, if I had one, I wouldn't be playing it. I would keep it in the display case behind me, and then, I mean, I would use a proxy anyway and be like, oh, the real one's at home. I have a couple cards like that. Yeah, here's Kess. So yeah, this Kess is supposed to be on point. Like, recast your reanimate, your big spells that really get the game going. But it's fine for her to be in the deck and kind of be like a backup plan. If you don't know what Kess does, Kess says you may cast an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard once on your turn, and then exile it. This is a very powerful effect. For example, for 5 mana, you can put her down and then play a Vampiric Tutor from your graveyard, or a Reanimate, or recast like a Faithless Looting, or things like that. So that's what's going on in this deck. But something that's been fun is I've been playing this Sauron the Dark Lord, which I opened on pre-release weekend. Sauron the Dark Lord, this guy's fucking psycho. He's so sick. And he got me to the grand finals of the pre-release day, like single-handedly. When I opened him, I forced him, and he's equally a powerhouse in Commander. He's awesome. Sick deck. When I'm playing with strong people, this is the deck that I bring out. This is not a CDH. This is slightly high-powered, but it's like mostly just splashy, fun stuff. Not really any big combos. Like, the biggest combo is Intuition into big creatures, and at CDH, sometimes they can't even deal with that type of stuff, you know? Like, we have a Bizarre Baghdad. This is very powerful, but I might, drop it. This Demonic Tutor, this is a proxy, but I actually have the real one. It's in the display case behind me, just for what it's worth. When I was teaching Razzo how to play Commander, this is the deck that I was teaching them with, and one of the first introductions to the stack was we both had a Consecrated Sphinx, and then I had to spend like an hour telling her, like, alright, this is how the stack works. You're going to draw 2 cards, and then I'm going to draw 4 cards, and then you can draw 2 cards for each of those instances of card draws, and then and then we can both draw our whole deck. Like, crazy. Okay, so that's like one of the first decks I built and still play. Okay, go over here. This is Riku of the 2 Reflections, and I'll put that there. If you don't know Riku says when you play a spell, you may pay blue and a red, and then copy that spell, and then you can choose new targets for the copy. And when you play a creature, non-token creature, you can pay a green and a blue, and then create a token that's a copy of that creature. So this is Teamer, big mana. And, check this out. I literally, I think maybe a month ago or so, just re-sleeved this deck. Boom. Look at this drip. Woo. The big man Nago. Look at how that came out. These are custom dragon shields. All the way from Europe. Stunning, right? Beautiful. This came out perfectly. Now, as for the quality of the sleeves themselves, I'm a little concerned about these, since I think it took literally one shuffle for them to get jagged edges and stuff like that. But for Commander, it's okay. I wanted to use these for my Modern deck, and I don't think I will be able to do it in tournament. Okay. So this deck is this is a big mana teamer deck. So again, we got some big ass creatures, but also some little creatures for searching up specific or using specific interactions. We got some ramp. Oh, this is one of my favorites from recent times. Invasion of Zendikar. 2 basics to the field, and then if you kill it, it gets another land creature. Apex Devastator. Sublime Epiphany, Mana Drain, no games. Always don't leave home without it. Terror of the Peaks, this is a huge combo piece. Mixed Bloom, great for mana, doesn't give you any gas. Facet Deep Dwelling, this is one of the best cards in the deck. This is like a hybrid, big mana, blink, value town type deck. And there's 3 Time Warps in the deck. There's Temporal Manip, there's Time Warp, and there's Expropriation. Got Uro. Yeah, here's the Time Warp. I need the Japanese one. Strixhaven, Spell Vault. Biovisionary and Riku, best friends. Invasion of Kalheim for some gas. There's one wheel in the deck, and it's a Time Twister. Time Twister is great. We got Doubling Season. These forests, Ukiyo-e, however you say it. These are, I got these off of Etsy. I like these a lot. Great basic lands, and I think Wizards of the Coast literally came out with some secret layer Japanese art cards for like in this style, but for Kamigawa, and they're like $40 for 5 of them. It's so stupid. There is a Ren and 6 in here, but I should be playing more fetches. We do have a Beseiju. C Double, this is one of the best cards printed recently. Yeah, this is like a kind of like an Atrix and Nev type deck, but a lot of value town, a lot of splashy cards that I really like. Invasion of Ikoria, Bootlegger Stash. This is a real one, by the way. I played on MTGO and I won a what's the mobster set? I won a foil set of that on MTGO by opening chests, and then I redeemed it for the paper versions, and they were all pringled. It was a foil. Kikijiki, this is not a real one. This card's too expensive. Elderguard, like you get in the idea. One with the multiverse. Yeah. Fun deck. Very fun deck. Every game is different. There's so many different lines you can take on how to win. Ancient Tomb, like, never leave home without it. Never leave home without your big ramp. Love this Vorinclex. He's so sick. Genesis Ultimatum. Mythos, Rite of Replication. The new Atali, badass. Palinchron. I mean, these are like true best friends, okay? Palinchron is like one of the main ways you win. Great Henge. Dockside and Riku are big time friends because you can make a lot of mana by copying him. Like when Riku's on the field, you gotta have respect. Okay, next one. Let's put these aside here until we're ready to talk about them. This is Marneus Calgar. Alright. Boom. If you don't know what Marneus Calgar does, in the Guru sleeve, he says, whenever one or more tokens enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card. And for 6 mana, create 2 white warrior tokens with vigilance. Space Marine tokens. Also, he has a 3/5 double strike. He can get in some beats, surprisingly, and he's only 5 mana. This is basically the best Esper commander ever printed, and Esper is my favorite color combination, so I jumped on him when I had the chance to pre-order this pre-con. So this is definitely a higher power deck. We got tutors, ways to power up tokens, make tokens, get the Monarch. I don't have any initiative cards in here, but I should. This deck wasn't that good, and then I started adding like control elements like Thalia. Okay. Smothering Tithe. Tivit might be better. You know what? You have a point. Tivit is pretty stupid. I think... is it Tivit or is it Marneus you think is better? I don't know. The new Elishnorn. Love her. Battle Angels of Tyr. This card I thought would be better than it was, but when the triggers on the stack for the Battle Angels happen, they like the order that it happens means like it can be a little bit counterintuitive. So you don't get as much value as you should. But if Marneus is out, you're always drawing them cards. Oops. These sleeves are so fucking glossy. These ones over here in the mono red deck. We'll get there. Mana drain, offer you can't refuse. Got a Ancient Tomb, Training Grounds, Imp Seal, Smuggler Share, like definitely strong cards. Nadir Kraken, Shadow Sphere for getting down to business, and there's an Urza Saga in this deck. This is a real Mondrak here, Glory Dominus. This is another card I opened up in a draft and I play him. Hell yeah. Palace Sentinels, I love the Monarch. Guardianship. Let's see here. Esper Sentinel. This card is sick. Sick. Cavern of Souls, like no games in this deck, okay? Takeshi is welcome. I'm kind of weird on, but it's good enough. Urza Saga. Ooh, I've been thinking of. I keep on getting the itch to get back into Modern, and the new Yawgmoth decks with the Agathos Soul Cauldron. I'm really into that idea. Damnation, the Golden Throne. I love this card. So good. Flawless Maneuver, Black Market Connections. I mean, I don't understand why you wouldn't play this deck other than like you're bored of playing like good cards, which is a real thing. You know. That is a real thing that happens. No, a lot of these are proxies. TJ, LK, and welcome. What's up? Sarah Paragon. Again, I love so many of these cards. Play so well. They're so fun. Even though this is like a sweatier deck. Like, I love like just getting on the board and threatening people. Meat Hook Massacre. This is a board wipe and it's a combo card with Marneus because you can do a sack loop. Sister Hospitalier. I know this is like a 5-cent card, but I really appreciate it bringing a creature back from the graveyard and giving you life. Very helpful. Mirel, this is one of the best cards in the deck. Adeline, okay. Elspeth, Sun's Champion, this is an all-star, because he can board wipe, and a lot of time you will not, you won't hit Marneus or your tokens, right? So yeah, love this deck. Like, I reevaluate all my commander decks like once every couple months, and then I get all the pieces that I need to upgrade them and get them current, right? This is... Oh yeah, let's talk about this one. Let me see how this deck is doing. I don't know if this is 100 cards in this deck. I took some cards out of this deck to play at a DreamHack. Don't tell anybody that there may have been a proxy Shieldred or something. It's okay, I didn't qualify. Here we go. This is 4-color Brea Ethereum Shaper. Or, actually, the reason why I built this deck was for Rule 0. Rule 0, I'm gonna show you what it is. This is Urza Lord Protector, and let me see if I can find him. Again, if you don't know what Rule 0 is, it means you check with people before you sit down and ask them if it's okay for you to play, you know, something like a custom commander or something like that. And that's what this deck is. This is the Brothers War. Or not warring. This is Urza Lord Protector and Mishra, played by Gix, partners. What do you think of that? And you know what we're doing in this deck. This is 4 color artifacts, 4 color artifacts, okay? We got the All-Star, Scroll Rack, Bridges, okay? Blightsteel, Signets, Rocks, War of Invention, Transmuter, Mystic Forge, okay? Top. But, you know, we got the meld cards, baby. Phyrexian Dragon Engine, okay? Badass. And we definitely have the Might Stone and the Weak Stone. Yeah, here we go. So this is definitely some meld action going on in here. I love the melding mechanic that these two have, and playing them together is great because it's just a Brea deck. It's just a different Brea deck, you know. Aether Flux, Unwinding Clock. Like, I love this deck, and I haven't played it almost at all recently because this is a very strong deck, right? Like, we got the Ancient Dens. Like, this is an artifact deck, so you know we're not leaving home without the Mana Vault. Okay, we're not playing games here. Mox Opal, Urza Saga, Enlightened Tutor, Citadel de Bolas, Big Urza. Okay. Copy Artifact, Warm Coil, Shimmering Dragon, Tezzeret the Seeker. You know, we got the Yoji Shinkawa art. This deck ain't playing no fucking games. We're here to win. Alright? Yeah. So that's what this deck is. This deck is very fun. I think I might be a little light on lands. I could figure that out. Arkham Daxon. Dude, there's like... what turned me off was people would ignore Arkham Daxon because they don't know what he does. Bro, come on. Y'all gotta look at the fucking screen. Nigga, I'm gonna sack a bridge. And then I'm gonna get Portal to Phyrexia, and then you're gonna be sad. Okay? Portal to Phyrexia. So fun. So good. Big fan. Okay? Audacious Street Shapers. We got Sword of the Meek. Like, this is it, baby. This is it. Am I playing tabletop RPGs? No. I don't play currently. I have before, but the dice are for MTG. There are randomized D20s in here, but a lot of them are the shitty MTG. Like this is a randomized D20. This one here. I bought I think I went to Midwest Fur Fest and I bought like a grab bag of a dice vendor, and it was expensive, but they were very kind, so I wanted to support, and the dice are nice. All right, I think we are getting to the last deck. Let me clean up some of this, put them in the right place. This green box that I have here, this green Ultimate Guard, sorry. This green Ultimate Guard that I have here. This is usually the one that I carry around the most, on top of this one, which is the Tolarian Professor box that I backed, and it was worth it. So let me get this. Where is my Riku deck? Okay. Yep, the Riku deck and the Sauron deck are the decks I carry around the most, and the Riku deck is the one that I play the most, actually. And then I go up a level and play the Grixis deck if I need something with a little bit more firepower. I like playing the Riku deck the most because it always has the most interesting games, because you can clone your opponent's stuff. Very dynamic, okay? Very involved. And you need to know how to play, and I do. I'm gonna put these over here. Okay. So this deck is the one that I built most recently. And this is a mono red deck. Mono red burn deck. So we got... This was supposed to be a Chandra tribal deck. And it kind of is. It kind of is. But the more I built into the Chandra theme, the more I realized that the strat was just like not good. Okay, yeah, there's a Blood Moon in here. There's a Blood Moon. I think there's a Magus and there should be a Blood Moon, but I don't know if there is. Like, so here's like the main theme is like we have all these Chandras. Chandra Trable is not a horrendous deck, right? But with mono red, I think the problem that most mono red players run into is that they have like all of these good ass cards here. Like we have Soulfem and we have Fiery Emancipation and like the good shit, like the firepower. But then like we don't have any gas to like power the engine, right? Like Torbran, okay, like the essentials. So I really I try to play a lot of cards that keep the ball rolling, since that's usually the issue with mono red, okay? Play a lot of cards like, okay, the best card on the deck is Rolling Vortex. This card is insane. The card does everything. Like, gotta have a dock side. More mono red, okay? Terror of the Peaks, Dragon's Rage Channeler, like Ren's Resolve, okay? There is a Jewel Lotus, but it's okay. Like this Chandra Flame Caller, like Loot Your Hand, Season Pyromancer, it's like a must-have, okay? Chandra Hope's Beacon. You need a lot of cards that draw you cards or give you some type of value. Like this Past in Flames, I don't think I have enough spells, but I'm not sure. So I play like Palantir of Orphunk. This was my pre-release promo at the LOTR draft, and I'm happy that I pulled it because this card ended up being very, 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 very good. Very good, very strong. And not just Commander. This Urabrask is actually kind of sucky, but I think I have every Urabrask in here because Urabrask is badass. Itali Primal Storm. Like we got a Furnace of Wrath. The way damage doublers kind of do their business is a little weird. Oh, here's the Magus of the Moon. Yep, there it is. City on Fire. Okay. Red Sun's Twilight. Kikijiki. There's Zealous Conscripts in here. A Wheel of Fortune. Like, you need to have enough stuff that gives you gas, so you don't just, like, shit your hand out, and then you have, like, nothing. Like, Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Here's Urabrask, but I don't think I have enough spells for him. There's a Neheb. Dreadhorde Champion. A Bitter Reunion. Like, these cards are very important, okay? Gas is very, very meaningful in a deck where you generally flatline after a couple turns, okay? So a lot of the time I will be fetching up Palantir of Orphunk, and hopefully somebody else is a bigger threat, so I can get some cards into my hand and start melting people's faces. Or I'll tutor up Magus of the Moon, because single target removal is very rare, and monocolor decks are also very rare. So that's what I have. But there's one more. There's one more I had to show. Let me pull that out. This is a deck that I started building, and then I realized I didn't have all the pieces. Okay. So ignore the Gardevoir. Ignore the Gardevoir. Get out here. This is what's green, white, and red? This is supposed to be a green, white, and red goad deck. Marisi, Breaker of the Coil. So we are supposed to get on board with little guys and start trouble and get everybody attacking each other. So we got Bela, swords, things that give unblockable, Spy Master, diplomats, Curse of Opulence, Life of the Party, Combat Celebrant, Ragavan is mandatory, Embercleave, Insurrection, Fumiko, Disrupt Decorum, Havoc Razor. This is very thick. What else is in here? Oh, there's a card under. Oh yeah, the Soltari guys. These are all unblockable. Mother of Runes, Crescendo of War, Authority of the Councils. Like, we just want to get on the board, start slapping people, and get them to slap each other. And we have the cards that help, right? Shalai, Voice of Plenty, Leonin War Leader, Sarah's Blessing, gives everything Vigilance, Disminsk, Heroas, Gisela. Is a very aggressive, punchy deck. And it also should have enough stuff to keep the battle going and keep us drawing cards and accruing value, and hopefully living through a board wipe or two. Now, the reason why I didn't build this deck is because I don't have a Marisi Breaker of Deployal. I thought I had one, and I don't, so I'm gonna have to order it, but I held off, and that was maybe 2 or 3 months ago. So this is a deck that I started building, and I think this deck is going to be very fun. I think this deck is going to be a very, very fun, very engaging deck. Like, I played against Slicer. Slicer is the Transformer card that comes down super early, and he goads and passes himself around. That deck is very toxic. It was very annoying. It was just the same thing over and over every game, and everybody was dying super fast. So I don't think I could put in Slicer, but I wouldn't run Slicer on point, right? But this is supposed to be a very high power red, white, blue deck, which is what is that color combination called? I forgot. Yeah. So those are my decks. What, should I show off my modern deck? My modern deck is a blue-white control, but it's old and crusty and I have to update it. But I don't have 4 copies of the One Ring. If anybody has 4 copies of the One Ring that they would like to give me, then please send me an email, newageofmrj@gmail.com. Please hit me up to give me 4 copies of the One Ring for no reason. Thank you very much. Does Blue White even run the One Ring? Are you fucking crazy? Yeah, nigga. Yeah. I have 1 copy right now. I haven't put it in any deck, but yeah, that's where we're at when it comes to that business. Put this in here. Get that. There. Bada bing, bada boom. Put that back. I pressed the start stream button by accident because I fat fingered my mouse over here. Yeah. Marneus. I'll have to put everybody back in their correct places. Oh yeah, that's right. There's actually one more deck. There's one more deck. Hold on. This is gonna be special. So Razzo just ran off to go do errands with Umisho on the street, and I have here in Razzo's vivid yellow box her favorite color. This is her one commander deck that I helped her build. This is Megatron, the Tyrant, who says he's got 2 sides to him. His front side is 6 mana. He's a 7/5. He says your opponents can't cast spells during combat. Extremely powerful effect, by the way, for anybody who does any sort of combat. And he also says at the beginning of your post-combat main phase, you can convert Megatron, then add colorless for each 1 life your opponents have lost this turn, total. And on his backside he says, living metal, and as long as it is your turn, this vehicle is also a creature. So on other people's turns, Megatron is not a creature. He's just an artifact, which really helps him evade removal. Okay? And whenever this side attacks, you can sack another artifact and deal damage equal to the sacrificed artifact's mana value to the target creature on, somebody's target creature. And if excess damage will be dealt to that creature, that damage is dealt to that creature's controller, and then you convert Megatron. So you can shoot a 10 mana artifact at somebody's creature, kill it, deal excess damage, get him for damage, and then rack up all that colorless. Well, he has to convert from Megatron the Tyrant back to the tank, and then he does it. But this gets him in there. Would be helpful to have bonus combats, but that's another story. So this mana ramp life loss type strat, this is a very powerful commander. This is Mardu, and you know what we got in here. Razzo loves robots and loves Transformers, so we have. Let me see. I can't. Damn elastic ass fucking sleeves. God damn. This is her. I think this is her extra cards here. And we got a bridge, some other stuff that she's not using right now. Oh, here's Slicer. Here's Slicer, hired muscle. This is one of the most annoying commanders I've ever played against. This is a fucking mess. Yeah, some good stuff in here. Some very good stuff. Ooh, look at that faithless looting. This classic art, this shit is so good. Beautiful. Okay. What do we got here, Razzo? I helped build it to her specifications, so she's got Transformer themed cards. By Force is a good one. We have Goblin Welder. Okay. There's that Collective Brutality. Wear and Tear. Awesome. And where's the big stuff? Ooh, that Gandalf the White. What you got here, Razzo? You didn't tell me about this. Hello. Gandalf the White up in this. I mean, she pulled it. Cataclysmic Gearhulk. Warm Coil Engine. Mystic Forge. Ugin's Nexus. Osgear. Solemn Simulacrum. We got a True Conviction for Fiend. I mean, if you can get this down and start smacking people, hey. We got the Blightsteel Colossus with Megatron on it. Reaver Titan. The Immortal Sun. Darksteel Colossus. Mechatronic Core. Hey. Archon of Cruelty. I think I gave this one to her. This is from my Esper Reanimator deck that I built for Modern, and I still have all the pieces, like all the Greaves and Archons of Cruelty. So this is a good deck. Ulamog, she loves Eldrazi too. Phyrexian Triniform, got a Reanimate in there for backup. Meteor Golem, oh yeah. Redemptor Dreadnought, okay. You see, how y'all feel about this deck? Pretty nice team, right? For an evil artifact deck, evil big artifacts. We got Mycosynth Guardians, Darksteel Forge, the Planar Bridge, the Ruinous Ultimatum. She loves the planets, the dual lands. Flesh Gorger, Caldra complete. Add an extra. Caldra is cheap, luckily. A Portal to Phyrexia, you can't leave home without that. The Sword of Once and Future. The Allspark. Ozilek, Combustible Gearhulk, Batterskull. Some nice deck here. Thunderhawk, Gunship. If this deck gets going, it's powerful. Very powerful. Brazo would love to play. We gotta run Spell Table. I gotta teach her how to use it. But that would involve getting her to clear her desk. So, yeah. Might be tricky. Powerful commander table? Whatever. Alright, so that's all the commander stuff. I'll probably do a video talking about modern or whatever, but I only have one modern deck. I used to have more, but they all got power crept. So, yeah. Thanks, Ren and 6. First it was Ren and 6, and then it was the One Ring. I can't seem to win. Adapt or die, fool. Viewer games? And that can be arranged. I think I have time for one. I just been talking here. So this video was a long time overdue, and I finally did it. Finally talked about all my decks. So I'll plug that into DaVinci later and plop out a video that I can drop on some random day to fill in the year and let everybody know more about me.